and welcome everyone to this first school year Teacher podcast episode. We are a podcast from students for students, and we are back for this 2025 to 2026 school year. Today, we will be talking about mental health. It is a very important subject for us students and teenagers. Also, it was the Mental Health Awareness Weeks until the 19th of October. In this episode, you will find students answering to our questions, examples of relatable situations with their problems and solutions, tips and contacts to reach for help, ask questions, and feel better. But first, what is exactly mental health? We went around school to ask students what their vision of this kind of health was. Let's listen to their answers.
Okay, so mental health for me is pretty important, and I think it's important for everyone because that's something we all have and we all should take care of.
So for you, what is mental health as a student?
Hello, so mental health for me is actually being well in your head, but not just that, but also in your body. I find it pretty hard to be mental in your head if there are so many people bringing you down or school even stressing you with so much homework or tests or anything else. So, yeah.
We, as students, often face similar mental health issues, and today we would like to look over a few of those relatable situations and kind of analyze the problem that's faced and its solutions. You may recognize yourself or a friend in one of those, so listen carefully to learn the tips and clues that will help you feel better in your head, but also, like said the girl we interviewed, in your body. Let's start off with the first relatable situation we thought of. I had this very important and crucial test. I had revised and learned my lessons for days, so I was ready. Or I thought I was before entering the classroom. Because when I sat and saw the exam, I started to panic. I was so overwhelmed by stress and pressure that I lost my means and I forgot everything I had learned. Okay, so here we're talking about stress and pressure handling. It can be hard to think properly and to remember things when our heart beats so fast, our legs start shaking, and our breathing gets harder. Let's think and see how we can avoid that. To clear and relax your mind before a test, a stressful and uncomfortable situation, or a presentation, there are several things you can do. Better if it's regular habits or just right before. Physical activity has enormous benefits on mental and physical health. It increases your self-confidence and esteem, and doing sport makes you feel less stressed and more relaxed. Perfect for an exam. Don't worry, there is no need to run a marathon before you test. Walking is already sufficient. The important thing is moving your body to tell your brain it's safe. You can also take an anti-stress ball from Sebas or buy one. It can actually be anything. A plush, a little ball. Listening to music is also very useful for clearing your mind and your thoughts. Breathing exercises are also very important and helpful in the long term. There are plenty of apps and videos on YouTube that you can use to do all those breathings. Let's continue with our next relatable mental health issue. I really lack self-confidence. I don't know how to interact with new people. I fear assuming what I really like, and I don't try new things, nor participate in class, because I always think, what if I'm... I really lack self-confidence. I don't know how to interact with new people. I fear assuming what I really like. And I don't try new things nor participate in class because I always think, what if I'm not good at it? What if I get the wrong answer? Self-confidence can be improved in various ways. Positive self-talk, for example. Try to see the good in each situation and focus on your strengths and qualities. Try not to think about the things you did wrong. Focus on the way it will be better next time. You can talk to yourself in the mirror. Write your strengths. Everyone has some. On paper, you can read whenever you feel down or hesitate to try something you've never done before. It is very important for you to remember making mistakes is not failing, but learning. No one is going to mind if you don't give the perfect answer. Trying is the most important thing. Experimenting new things is very good and fun. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself. And remember, making something is better than making nothing. And you have to focus on not making something good, but just making something or trying something. Assuming what you like and who you really are can be quite tough, especially when you accord a big importance to others' opinion. Try and ask yourself why what they think is so important to you and what will happen depending on the way they react. You see, it can't be as severe as you think. Learn to imagine the best, not the worst, and bit by bit, you will become self-confident. And finally, this is the last specific situation we chose that you might face. I don't express my emotions and feelings. I fear people's rejection, and even when I'm trying to express how I feel, I don't know how. Not expressing emotions increases stress and can have consequences on your body. To express them, you first need to learn how to recognize them. Because you can't express something you don't know, or you don't know what is it. To do this, you need to regularly ask yourself questions like, what situation created that feeling? How do I sense it in my body? Have I ever felt that before? Is it positive or negative? Once you know what you're feeling, the next step is how to express it. First, don't be ashamed of your emotions and feelings. They are actually made to be expressed for people to adapt their behavior towards you. You can express your emotion with dialogue. Talk clearly and without being aggressive to people about the way their behavior made you feel and why. I'm sure they will probably understand and try to do better for you next time. However, they might not always understand. But one person who doesn't really act well doesn't mean no one will ever react constructively to you talking about your feelings. You can also express your emotions by creating things like art, or write them in a journal if you feel like it. Even sport can be viewed as a manner to express what you feel. Mental health, overall, is at the same time about living with others, handling what you feel, and accepting and taking care of yourself. Sometimes, you might find yourself in bad relationships, or just have people around you that tend to bring you down. A lot of times, without even doing it on purpose. Remember, it's okay to hang out with other people sometimes, to get some fresh air, vary your company. It is not a betrayal to your friends. Also, please remember that taking care of yourself is very important, and having me time is not selfish but necessary to feel good in your head but also in your body. Talk to people. You're not alone. You have the right to say you're not always fine or okay. Hiding your problems won't make them disappear. It will only make them bigger. You can talk to your friends, teachers you trust, adults, your parents. But these are... Oh, you can talk to your friends, teachers you trust, your parents. But there are also a lot of public associations you can reach by phones, email, or in person to get help, get listened to, and ask your questions. Here is a short list that you can also find in the description of the video of useful contacts for mental health. First, planning familial. You can call them at the plus 352 48 59 76 or go in one of their centers in Luxembourg, like the one in Esch-sur-Alzette, if you have questions about contraception, abortion. They actually probably did a workshop with your class one day. SOS Homophobie is a French anti-homophobia association constructed on values like support and prevention. You can call them with the French number 01 48 06 42 41. Talk in their anonymous chat if you're a victim of anti-LGBT acts, if you have questions about sexual orientations, or just want to talk and express what you're feeling. In the same type, SOS Racisme is an anti-racism French association. You can call them at the 01 40 35 36 55. SOS Détresse is a Luxembourgish association. SOS Détresse is a Luxembourgish association for, I quote, free, confidential, and anonymous support for anyone going through a difficult time. By phone, chat, or email, we are here to listen without judgment whenever you need it. Their number, which is very easy to remember, is 45 45 45. And it is in various languages. They are here to listen to you for any issues that you face. You can also talk to them in chat or email. It is anonymous. All those websites are in the description if you want to have a look. And if you are feeling very bad and things are getting tough and urgent, call suicidal prevention number 3114. I repeat, please call them if in urgent need 3114. Thank you very much for having listened to this podcast about this very important subject. We hope it has helped you, even just a bit, if you're going through tough times. We know you are brave and strong, and we hope and believe you are going to get over it and feel better one day, no matter what you're facing. You are not alone. It's gonna be okay, and better days are coming. If you have any comments, requests, or want to talk about your personal experience, you can comment below or on our Instagram Chitty podcast. Bye, and see you in the next episode. And you know what? Let's finish on a John Cena quote about mental health.
If you're struggling out there, know that it's normal. Know that we all struggle. Everybody on social media posting living my best life and, no regrets. And that's the people we think got it all figured out. They still have bad days. It's Mental Health Week and Mental Health Awareness Week. Just be aware if your mental health isn't there.
Thank you very much for that answer. That was very, very vulnerable.
It's a protected topic. And I don't know why. Because physical health isn't. If you got your mind right, the things you can accomplish, wow. So if I helped with what I said, cool. If I didn't, then don't listen to me. But I'm glad you allowed me to contribute. So thank you.